Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spiderman. Hey everyone.
Hey guys, and welcome to Filmartsy, your #1 source for all things films and movies. And while WandaVision is finally going to release on Disney+, finally giving us our first taste and glimpse into the Marvel Cinematic Universe for the first time all the way since Spider-Man Far From Home released a while back, we're really excited to see this Disney+ series finally drop. And to promote this new series, we've actually seen some hilarious interview moments from various cast members who are set to appear on the show, including the likes obviously of Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany. So we wanted to take a look at some of the funniest and best moments from their more recent interviews that they've been doing, because there's so much great stuff that's happened when they were getting interviewed for promotional materials for this new series. So let's go ahead and jump into it. And real quick, we wanted to give a huge shout out to our Instagram page, so we'd really appreciate if you guys headed over to our Instagram, scroll through some of our posts, maybe hit the like button and followed us over there. We do a lot of really interesting content if you love comic books, the MCU, DCEU, whatever it is. If you just like movies, it's a really cool page. We've been working really hard on it, and it would mean the world to us if you went over and checked it out as well. So first up, we wanted to look at this moment from Jimmy Kimmel Live, where Elizabeth Olsen was on an interview, got to talk a little bit about some fan theories that have popped up from time to time.
What about the idea that this wine bottle, now it's Maison de Mépris, I don't know how to speak French, but it translates to House of Misery, which could be saying that the series is based on the popular comic House of M, in which Wanda has a breakdown and there's a lot of weirdness going on.
Our prop guy, Russell, would be a very clever man if he put that in.
And then during an interview with Good Morning America, Elizabeth Olsen had a moment where she was talking about when filming for WandaVision, the first time she genuinely had an argument with Paul Bettany, and it seems like a really awkward situation to be in.
While he was painted purple and kissing me, his snot had dripped onto my face, and he got so genuinely angry and defensive, and it was so shocking that after all this time, that's what made him really mad at me. Now he's like telling everyone this story, and we got over it quickly.
Now, as a lot of people know, the popular 90s sitcom Full House starred Elizabeth Olsen's twin sisters, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. And since WandaVision's going to kind of have a play on that 90s television sitcom aesthetic at one point or another, Elizabeth Olsen talked in this interview with SiriusXM about how she took some inspiration from her twin sisters.
Everything my sisters have ever worn in my entire life, I have wanted to wear. Still, as an adult today, I want their coats, I want their shoes, I want their dresses, and that is something that I never grew out of. And so during that time, I myself was just, going through every secondhand store and wearing all of the things.
Then in an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Paul Bettany talked a little bit about why he loves working alongside Elizabeth Olsen, and it really does seem like they have a pretty funny and fun chemistry between acting together through all these years.
Just all of us launching into this, and I was frightened. I hadn't been on stage or in front of an audience for ages, and the combined spirit just sort of really, I think, launched us into this space where we could just behave like idiots, and we really have. Absolute idiots.
Then in a rarer occasion on Entertainment Weekly, we actually got to see the entire cast of WandaVision come together for some sort of group interview where they talked a little bit about just how excited they were. But nonetheless, it was cool just to see this group together on an interview instead of the typical types of interviews through remote type interviewing that we've seen recently.
Knowing nothing about, very little about the Marvel universe, I have two kids who are kind of walking me through it now. I'm in a crash course. I know I can safely say that I am holding some information about what this is about, and I am so excited about what is going to be made
Then this interview goes from a little bit back, but Kat Dennings actually did an interview herself, which is the first time we've seen this actress all the way since Thor: The Dark World, who will be returning for WandaVision, kind of talking about how she's not allowed to talk about her involvement in Marvel projects in the future. But it is kind of funny just the way Kat Dennings tries to avoid the topic.
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, you know how it goes with Marvel. I can't really say anything.
Of course,
but,
right.
I think if anyone can release something in the middle of a pandemic, it's them.
Of course.
But I can't really confirm it because I actually don't know anything.
Yeah.
So
well, we heard that most filming had already happened before the shutdown. And I wondered if you had
a lot.
Then recently in an interview with Jimmy Kimmel, we actually saw Paul Bettany talk a little bit about what he's expecting out of WandaVision, and then maybe reveals that he had said a little bit too much and kind of jokingly acts concerned like he's going to get in trouble for revealing too much information in an interview.
Hit different genres of sitcoms, and then Vision begins to think that this is getting a little weird, you know, and in the end, you end up in full MCU.
I love it. I feel like you've said too much already, and I love it. I appreciate it. You've given me more than Kevin did.
Then on the Jimmy Fallon show, we saw Paul Bettany talk about how he had this realization during filming WandaVision that he really enjoys sitcoms and enjoys acting in sitcoms, which was maybe something he didn't anticipate.
You get to crack jokes, and I think it's
you get to crack jokes. It actually reminded me of a time where I was in the Czech Republic, and I was making a movie called A Knight's Tale, and I had to do these speeches in English in front of a Czech audience, and they had to laugh uproariously, and of course they didn't understand a word I was saying, so they wrote these. Yeah.
There also was a little bit of a raunchier interview he did with Comedy Central, where he reveals some very personal things about the character Vision.
Is it true that Vision is entirely naked for at least one episode?
Yes, 100%.
Really? Do we actually get to see Vision's penis finally? Because there's a big groundswell for that. They want to see it.
Well, here's the thing: is yeah, because I noticed that in The Watchmen, they go.
Yeah, Dr. Manhattan is full Dr. Manhattan. You see the whole Manhattan.
Oh.
And real quick, we wanted to give a huge shout out to our Instagram page, so we'd really appreciate if you guys headed over to our Instagram, scrolled through some of our posts, maybe hit the like button and followed us over there. We do a lot of really interesting content if you love comic books, the MCU, DCEU, whatever it is. If you just like movies, it's a really cool page. We've been working really hard on it, and it would mean the world to us if you went over and checked it out as well. Then in a group interview at D23, we actually saw Kat Dennings, Randall Park, and Catherine Hahn all together, and they kind of jokingly talk about how they're collectively a little worried about maybe revealing too much about the plot.
It's called WandaVision. I'm like, what can I say without just all of, I feel like something's gonna a claw is gonna come from the ceiling and just like whoop, if I say the wrong thing.
Pressure's on.
I said I was told today. I heard that I was playing a nosy neighbor, so I was like, okay, that's how I'm gonna describe myself.
And then in another interview with comicbook.com, Catherine Hahn has some pretty funny moments when she was asked a few questions regarding her role and participation in WandaVision.
Cannot believe that my entrance to this family was into a 50s sitcom. It's so bananas. This whole thing, Brandon, is so bananas. I'm terribly excited.
I'm
glad my son is not seeing all the stuff you've got there because he would be real jealous.
I want to give a huge shout out to our Marvel Monday winner. If you guys didn't know, every single Monday we do a challenging Marvel trivia question. So if you guys want to participate, make sure you guys are subscribed here to Film Artsy. Head over to our community tab on Mondays and participate in our Marvel Monday question for a chance to have your comment featured right here on this channel. We also do DC Thursdays if DC is more of your thing, and you can still participate by going over to our community tab on Thursdays. So make sure you guys participate if you want a chance of having your comment comment featured right here. So are you excited about WandaVision? Let us know what you're thinking in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for more videos like this where we look at some of the funniest moments. Otherwise, we'll catch you guys all next time with a brand new video.
I'm about to.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Hi.
See you guys.